Thank you to David and his family for hosting me last night. And thank you for the delicious breakfast this morning. That was a pretty cool experience. And this morning I am heading out of Bazine in the direction of Alexander, still following Highway 96 across Kansas. Break in Rush Center, and I found an apple fritter pie. Alright, turning on to Highway 183, and this is the first time I've been on a different road other than 96 in Kansas. Welcome to Larned. I'm going to try to go a little further today. So I've gone 55 miles so far, and I'm leaving Larned. And I ran into Scott while having lunch at Wendy's. The nice thing about getting to eat lunch with another cyclist is we were able to swap information about where to stay the next couple of days. And he recommended a warm showers host in Newton, Kansas, which is where I plan to be tomorrow. So I've contacted them to see if they can host me. I just met my first North Carolinians. Well, that's not true. My first North Carolinian cyclists. They are westbound, and they live in Charlotte, so that's not far from where I grew up. And we've already decided that when we're both done with the trip, we're gonna meet in Charlotte. And it's starting to rain. I don't think I can outrun this one, but it looks like it should be short-lived, and it doesn't look like it's a severe storm either. So. At the end of that rain shower, I got to meet Stefan from Luxembourg, and he's one of the Trans Am racers. So it is day 19 for him and day 34 for me, so he is going a lot faster than me. But I think he's one of the kindest of the racers that I've met. He stopped and talked to me for a good while, asked how I was doing, that kind of thing. That makes a nice end to a long day. And then, as we were pulling away to keep going, this lady with Kansas plates pulls up and asks if we need anything, says she'll do whatever she needs to take care of us, and we're fine. We said that we're just going to Sterling, which is about 8 miles away at that point. But that was really nice of her to offer any kind of help if we needed it. Yes, made it to Sterling. Just after 8 o'clock on June 20th, and I decided to sleep in a little bit this morning because yesterday I rode my first century. So I did 108 miles total yesterday from Bazine to Sterling, Kansas, and I camped in Sterling last night at this really nice city park. They had a pool when I got here, so I got to go swimming for a little bit. And I met a lot of really cool people yesterday along the way. And there's another cyclist who camped here last night. His name's Aaron. I'm feeling pretty good about yesterday. I can feel in my legs that they worked pretty hard yesterday. I didn't really plan to do a century yesterday. It just kind of worked out because I had the winds working in my favor and the weather was good, but the conditions were just right. And when I'd gotten to what I thought would be my destination yesterday, I'd done about 55 miles and I said, I think I can do a little bit more. I'm glad that I did it. A personal goal of this trip was to do 1 century at some point. And so I'm glad that I was able to squeeze that in. Today will be a little bit shorter. I'm gonna head to Newton. Little Sebastian, is that you? As recommended by my friend Sue, a cinnamon roll from mustard seed. I'm struggling a little bit today. The wind is pretty rough, and it's mostly crosswind, I would say, but I'm having trouble getting up to 10 miles an hour, which is frustrating. Once I get up there, I can't hold it very long before I'm just worn out. It's also 90 degrees, so it's pretty darn hot, and I think my legs are fatigued from doing a century ride yesterday. So all of that stuff combined, it's making for a pretty tough day. And I think I have 20 miles or less to go to Newton. The good news is I'm staying with a warm showers host tonight. So there's something to look forward to at least. You know, I'll definitely have company tonight, and I'll have a shower. And if I'm really lucky, maybe dinner. It's June 21st. Today's one of my favorite days of the year because there's more daylight today than any other day. But the skies are looking pretty threatening. It's on the radar far south enough that I don't think there's going to be much precipitation, and the actual storm is not going to mess with me. It's much further north, so I am going to take in the cool weather while I can, because it's supposed to be 97 degrees today in Newton, so that's hot. Okay, first 10 miles of the day down, and I'm feeling good. Last night I stayed with Janet and Oregon. They are warm showers hosts. I can't thank them enough for their hospitality. Last night they fed me 2 massive plates of spaghetti, and there was all kinds of fresh fruit. And this morning they took me to a breakfast buffet, which was awesome. And so even 10 miles in, I'm still pleasantly full. A few years ago, they did a bike ride from Kansas to Alaska, and so it was really, really awesome to hear about their adventures with that. They said that I am the 10th cyclist in the past week that they have posted. So it's apparently a very busy season along the Trans Am. Thank you, Janet and Orban, so much. And thanks to Scott, who I met a few days ago, who recommended that I stay with Janet and Orban. Whew. Alright, I've gone about 35 miles so far today, and I think I have 5 or 6 more to the town of Cassidy, which is where a general store is. And I'm gonna have to stop there to refill some water bottles. It is really hot again today. I've put on sunscreen multiple times already today, and I feel like I'm sweating so much that I'm just sweating the sunscreen off. So I have to reapply pretty often. It's a tough day, but I'm not feeling completely burnt out yet. I think I've got another 35 miles before I get to Eureka, which is my final destination for today. But I'm feeling pretty good. I've met some really cool cyclists. First, I met Martin, and he's originally from Germany, currently living in Pennsylvania. And he was really good about telling me about some road closures in Missouri due to flooding, and how I can figure out alternate routes for that. And I also met Bob and Barb from Seattle. And all three of these guys are westbound, and they were very friendly, as has been the case this entire trip. So it's good on days that are a little more challenging, like today, to run into cyclists pretty frequently, because it's a lot of fun to talk to them, and if you're willing to stop and they're willing to stop, you can talk for a while, and it kind of counts as a little break, which is a good thing, especially on days that are so hot like this. This wind is making for absolutely miserable riding conditions. This is a pure headwind. It's awful. Eastern Kansas. It is not so flat. Eureka. Man, I'm glad to see that sign. It has been a long day.